Um, oh man, thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, I was gonna darken my room a bit, make it a little bit more moody and appropriate, but can't seem to find the remote. That's okay. All right, what is going on? This is Peter from MNN. I haven't worn this in a while. I'm wearing a warning shirt. This was the shirt that I got when they performed here in Japan at Extra Pongi Theater with Band-Maid. But oh man, today, yesterday, one of the busier weekends that I've had in quite a long time, which is great in some ways, and in other ways, I'm wondering if I'm ready to really just get back into it. And do you want to go through? Okay, you can go through. You can go. That's my dog. Hey, what's going on, Rodney? You stayed up the whole time to watch Peter's dream and then catch up here. That's amazing. Okay, so this weekend, let's get straight into it. Pretty busy, a lot of stuff happening, a lot of shows going on. I hope you're doing all right. I am not mentally in a place where I can cover everything. I was editing a quick interview that I did with Sally, the guitarist. If you do not know who she is, she's amazing. Um, and then I was also watching the Thunder Snake Peter's Dream, not this Peter, but Peter from Poland. Uh, Basically, with his money, he reserved and sponsored this show. It was put together. We did kind of go back and forth a bit, dialoguing, but I was busy with my surgery and just resting. But he got it going, got some incredible bands. And I realized basically four of those bands out of five I had done photos for multiple times. And I have befriended them in, one way or another. So definitely we're kind of on the same track. But I was watching that. And I'm a bit tired because I actually went to a show today. So great weekend, but I won't be able to sort of just like cover all the little stuff here and there. I hope you don't mind this time around. So let's get straight into it. Yesterday, before I go into all the other stuff, let me just cover what the maids did. I mentioned in MNN's Breaking News Gate this past week that there is a lot of Band-Maid news going on. Um, from their appearance on the massive magazine coming out next week. I think it's next week. They're also on the cover of the Record No Heat, Record Day guidebook, which was actually kind of mentioned a couple of weeks ago. Then you have a short little preview of Present Perfect, which sounds like an incredibly soaring song. I mean, I don't recall hearing that kind of beat and melody put together by the maid. So uh, I'm almost gonna take a risk and say Present Perfect will be my favorite track off of the EP. We'll see if that's real or not, but I think it is because I just loved it. I absolutely loved what I was hearing, like in that span of like 10 seconds, if even that. Um, Bunch of shows happening, but yesterday the maids appeared at a place called Azuma, which is in Fukushima. So what was really cool about the maids playing at this festival there is that it was their first time performing in Fukushima, their first time performing for that festival live Azuma, and their first time performing live in a stadium, which is really awesome. So I'm very curious. They did talk about it a bit in a promo video for that event, but that's gonna be pretty awesome. And I'm sure performing there kind of like picked Miku's interest in particular, and she's like, okay, this is where we want to go. This is what we want to do. Do a one man at a stadium. Um, they did do Yokohama Arena, right? So good stuff. Good stuff. I do not have the song list on me now. Sure, why not? Let me just check very quickly. Who can I turn to? Hawk Metal. I can turn to Hawk Metal. Oh, where did he go? Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, wait. Here he is. So there's a few photos you guys can see here. Pretty cool shots. Not as many individual shots as I expected, but maybe, who knows? Sure, why not? Let's play this too. So a little bit of what happened yesterday. I'll put this up on MNN Shorts so you guys can see it if you don't do Twitter. Thankfully, it is cooling down, so I think they survived. Yeah, so that was the Maids at Live Azuna. So the songs, they rehearsed Dice in Shambles, and then they performed Screaming, No God, Choose Me, Protect You, Unleash, Daydreaming. Oh, a ballad, that's surprising. Power ballad though it may be. Hate, What is Justice, Domination, and Ready to Rock. So 10 songs, 40 minutes. That's a pretty good set, actually. So, yeah, quite a few fans, at least from what I saw on Twitter, went, and I'm sure it was an amazing time. Okay, now for me personally, it's a bit of a distance. So I've basically relegated to basically staying within a certain perimeter or circumference in terms of where I'll go, how far I'll go. So even tonight, the show for Peter's Dream at Thundersnake, it's in Kanagawa, so it's a bit far from me. The walking, especially. So I decided I would go more local within kind of where I am. So yesterday, first off, I got to visit an amazing person who I am always thrilled to see, and it was just fabulous. So I actually met up with Sally at a place called Ikebukuro, which is location Parco, which is a pretty well-known building, mall, and she was the store manager for the day for 3 hours from 1 to 4 on the seventh floor. It's called the British Rock in Tokyo. And she Glapes did that like last week in Osaka. There's somebody else, and I can't remember who exactly did that also earlier this year. But they basically have all these goods, all these items, t-shirts, mugs, posters, any number of paraphernalia, memorabilia of British bands. So, Beatles, Stones, Maiden, Priest, you name it, they're all there. Oasis is pretty big. They're actually performing this month. If they have not, yeah, they're performing this month. It's a pretty big deal. And Sally was there, kind of just selling her stuff. And she said, I think roughly about 30 fans showed up, which isn't bad. That's pretty cool. She was selling some shirts, CDs, checkies, and I got to actually do a quick little interview with her. It's being checked by her manager. Once it's done, I'll put it up on MNN. You guys can check it out. It's very short, but it's pretty fun. There's a certain moment that's actually almost ridiculously hilarious. Um, it almost doesn't make sense, but that seems to be the case sometimes with Japan. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense, but it's still awesome. So yeah, great seeing Sally. We actually got to eat together afterwards, and we chatted about a bunch of different things. And hearing her thoughts, hearing her favorites, whether it be musicians here, just past experiences, things that she wants to do, really awesome stuff. So I was just like, because I really do generally love talking with people and hearing their stories, where they're coming from, where they want to go, what they feel they're dealing with now. I mean, I think that's one of the reasons why I really enjoy interviews. If only it were all in English, or if only I were completely, fully fluent in Japanese, it would be so much easier. But I'm kind of like in this limbo phase of knowing enough to throw things out, but not enough to get everything in. And then the whole transcribing, oh no, my light went out again. I think this needs to be replaced. It's okay. Um, yeah, it's just tough. Subtitles is a tough job. Whoever does it, whoever has done it, you know what it's like. God bless you. I cannot stand it for the life of me, but I'll do what I have to. It's a sacrifice that you have to make. Okay, so that was amazing yesterday. And yeah, again, I just kind of like went to sleep thinking like, wow, that was just amazing. That was really amazing. I have a question for you guys. If you could meet with any number of musicians here in Japan and just sit down and talk with them and just like get at their brain, pick at them, who would it be? Who would they be? Who would they be and why? And I'm sure the maids are in there. I remember we used to have these talks on Band-Maid Fans Cafe about if you could have a day with just one of the members, who would you want to just sit down and talk with and just really just get to know? Um, and it's definitely expanded. I think my circle of musicians and just interests have really expanded, but it's been so amazing because you meet so many phenomenal people here in Japan. They're not only like exceptional musicians, but as people, there's an honest hunger. And I love that so much. And so, whatever I thought of Sally, she's held even much higher in esteem. So, again, thank you to Sally. I do hope the video can go up soon. I think you guys will enjoy it as brief as it is. You can check it out on Eminent Shorts when it pops up. What's going on? How was Disc Union with the Nemophila ladies? I saw a picture of them, so I'm sure it was cool to see them. I've only seen Nemophila once. I've only seen them once. There are too many, huh? What's going on, David? Okay, so that was that. And then today, which was, um, so this is what I chose to do. Um, as I mentioned, to kind of stay local, more in the area, decided to see Dimrays. They performed with two other bands. One I had not heard of called Merging Moon, and apparently they've actually been around for a while, but were on hiatus for a bit. Metalcore style, really heavy stuff. The singer's got an incredible death voice, and she actually looked a lot like Naho. She looked like Naho's older sister. So if you ever check out a band called Merging Moon, check out check out the sister, check out the singer, and I swear, like, yeah, it was. I was like, hey, is that her? Is that her singing on stage? That's what I was thinking because I was way in the back. But they were up second. Dim Rays killed it, absolutely killed it. Amazing time. I had so much fun. Um, and that's there's always this tension with me in that I want to do some work. I don't want to just be a fan. I want to somehow help the bands. And with Dimrays, there's a it's pretty open and well known that you can record, you can do photos and videos. Very rarely ever do they say no to that unless there is something that um, the person hiring or sponsoring the show says no. But generally, like it's all good. Everything's good to go. Great to see Akane again. Great to see Naho again. And was actually really cool was that John Reaves is back in town. This guy, like, I swear there are a lot of people like Gerald that I think live here. Yeah. So it's crazy just how many times I've seen certain people like this year. And if you include last year, I mean it's wild. I will say I envy the fact that you guys have enough money to just enjoy your lives in this way. Because I cannot go to as many shows as I would like to. And for some reason, people are going left and right, even more than I am. It blows me away. So I'm sure we'll see John again sometime soon. He came with a friend. But we met up. We did a couple of videos, promos for Dim Rays, for shows coming up, and yeah, it's great. I mean, like I really feel they've become much more hefty, a lot stronger as a band, and I mean that combination of these two girls, Akane and Naho, Kano on drums. Kano has slowly over the past few years become more and more known, especially with her work with Dimrays, but then she ended up joining Undying Words. And then now she's going to be a part of Zilke along with Toki of Aldius, well, formerly Aldius, Miho, formerly of Love Bites, and then Anna, an exceptional singer, bilingual. I think they have a lot going for them. But Kano is sort of unknown to quite a few people, but I do think that's going to change if they see her perform. It's just she's much more shy. She's a lot quieter. She's a small girl, but I mean it's breathtaking the way she performs. It's really it's something else. I mean every single person I have ever talked to who has seen Dimrays perform has made mention of her. So even for me, like when I first saw Dimrays, I was like, holy shit, who is this girl? Like, I mean, these girls are amazing, but who is this drummer? And it's really cool that she's finally getting some recognition that I think is well deserved, well deserved. Um, but another cool thing, so actually, let me throw up this picture as well. So this is Kano. Um, Super cute, super cool, very chill. And again, like I was talking with her a little bit about the whole Zilke situation and how she joined, and um, basically she was asked like a year ago, but she was weighing her options. She was weighing it, deciding. Yeah, yeah. I mean, especially after a show, like you get hungry because you're not going to eat before. I think like nerd. Well, maybe a bit. Depends on which band. um, but yeah, so just talking with her about Zilke and her just coming in, and it was just kind of cool to like. That's a really cool thing about I think venues that are in Japan and these smaller bands. And I don't know if the Japanese fans understand just how lucky they are to be living in Japan and to be able to have this many bands um, that you can just sort of like dive into and you can get to know and you can befriend and chat with and buy drinks for and just like hang out afterwards. Like it's insane. And I would say the majority of them, like who knows, 99%, who knows how many more, are humble enough and cool enough to just be like, yeah, hey, what's going on? Let's just chat. Whereas like in the States, you're kind of like, oh, dude, yeah, Keanu Reeves, like he's really cool. Like he's so down to earth. But then like all these other people think they're all like all the shit, you know? So very cool stuff. It was good talking with her, and I'm definitely excited to see her and what's to come. But I know some people had concerns about her not getting her time with Dimrays because of being involved with Zilke and other stuff. But she says no. She seems pretty committed, even as a support drummer, to continue playing for Dimrays. So that's really nice to hear because she is such an important factor. Such an important factor. And then for those who don't know, so my suspicions were confirmed. Um, So his name is Maki, and he was originally officially part of Dimrays when they first appeared on the scene. I don't know the reason why. I never actually asked. I think at some point I may why he was dropped or why he dropped off as support, but was still writing the music because he's been writing the music for Dimray since the beginning, and he does majority of support guitar. Someone else was playing with him as well, but recently it's been only Maki. He's an exceptionally gifted, he's only 25 years old, I found that today, but exceptionally gifted guitarist and composer. Like, you'd be surprised at just how well he writes songs. And if you think of how eclectic and how sort of charming and alluring Dimray's songs are, it's thanks to him. He is the composer and the arranger. And a really cool thing today as we were talking, he says, I forgot what it was we were talking about. Oh, and then we like K-pop Demon Hunters popped up. I don't know if I think I brought it up. Um, and I asked him, "Do you love K-pop?" He's like, "Oh, I love K-pop. I love K-pop." I was like, "Really? Get out of here!" So I was like, "Oh, who do you like?" He's like, "Aespa." Blackpink actually was used as reference for Dimray's song. I don't know what song or what exactly. So then I played him the song "Golden" that appears in that movie. So I was like, "Do you have Netflix?" He's like, "Oh, I don't." I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "Okay, well here's the song. Check it out." And he's just like, "Oh, yeah, yeah." So interesting, a bit idiosyncratic, but like in such a cool way. Like again, really gifted guy. And it turns out that he did actually write a song for Zilke. I saw the name Maki and I was like, I think there's only one. I think it's him. And he confirmed it. So that's cool, man. I mean, y- if you do like Dimrays, I mean, a lot of it is thanks to his songwriting. But of course, like everyone's a big part of it. Everyone contributes, and Akane and Naho were amazing today, as always. Like they do what they do so well. So if you do ever get the chance to check them out when you come to Japan, like go, go see them no matter what. They're also performing tomorrow, but unfortunately their stage is at 9:40 p.m., which means that I could actually finish work and go to Shinjuku Antinoch where they're performing, but it's too late and my dog will be home and he never ever goes at home. He's got to go out to use the toilet. So it's a sacrifice I have to make, but that's fine. I love my doggy. Right, Suho? So yeah, Maki, keep your eyes on him as well. And then, as always does happen, um, you will see other musicians. Like that's another cool thing about Japan and live venues is that there's a lot of tight friendships and relationships. There's a lot of tight friendships and relationships, a lot of connections, and because of that, um, you'll have a lot of musicians attending other shows to see their friends, to see them as performers, to cheer them on, but also to observe them. I mean, all this stuff. So, for those who don't know, this is Omatsu and this is Nana of Gangire. And then you have John and his friend. I'm so sorry, I forgot your name. Um, yeah, I'm so sorry. Oh, you did? Okay, cool, cool. That'll be awesome. But it was great to see them there. Any new material? I did not ask about new material, but I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. Um, and so I was talking with Matsu for a bit. Well, actually, I did ask him when they may do another like EP release event, and they said possibly February, possibly. So yeah, they are recording, or they're in the process, like they are doing stuff. If anything, I think the majority of musicians in Japan, in order to even just keep up with the hustle and bustle and trying to like stay relevant in this scene, like you have to be putting out some music, you have to be performing in some way. Um, there are bands, to be honest, who do kind of play the same songs over and over again, but at least as far as performing and going to like venues, going out there on stage. But yeah, I mean, hey, new music is always great, and we definitely look forward to it, right? So it was good to see them, and then I did get a very nice, fun little shot with Nana, which she does so well. Hold on now. Where is this? Why is it not popping up? Will it pop up now? What? What is this? Sorry, guys. What is this? Where are you? Eh. Aw. It's like my favorite photo too. Hold on, let me at least see if I can get it bigger. What? This sucks. Oh man. Great. I had this photo, like Nana was sitting behind me on the stairs, and so she's like right behind me. If it loads, I'll show it to you. If it doesn't, what can I do? It is what it is. Um, so yeah, it was just really awesome. It was really, really awesome to see them there, and to just hang out and chat with them. And it's funny, like I was sort of hyping up Gangire to John's friend. And it's crazy how humble Nana is. Because every time I'm like, you don't understand. Like, Matsu is one of the best composers in Japan. Nana's one of the best singers in Japan. I absolutely love their music. Like, it's so emotional for me and moving, compared to a lot of songs. Even if I love like other bands, like Gangire hits me in a way that very few bands do. Um, and Nana's reaction is always like, "Really? Like, you're too nice. You're just being nice. Like, no." No, I'm like, "Please, like, you're amazing. Like, you're absolutely like phenomenal." So, yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. And I feel very fortunate to have the opportunity to see these musicians. And I haven't seen them in a few months because of my foot and my surgery. So even like Naho, she was like, "Oh, congratulations on like leaving the hospital," and I was like, "Oh, yeah, 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 yeah." I mean, I was at home for a while and stuff, but yeah, I do plan on interviewing Gangire. I did talk to them today. I'm gonna find out their schedule and then see if I can do something with them in November. I'm also gonna try to do something with Dimrays and do something with Sally. So I'm kind of slowly getting back into like the whole mix of things, and it does scare me a bit. I don't know exactly what's going to go down and happen, but I'm really getting excited. I was very excited today. Um, yeah, I'll share more details as soon as I kind of like get things settled and I'm more sure of what's going to happen. But good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, it's not popping up. Okay. So my screen is actually Ayumi of Bright Ear. I've mentioned love her songwriting, love her playing, and she moves me. So I do want to recommend, if you haven't yet. So if you go to Whiskey Dust and you go to their YouTube channel, their live stream is up. So there were five bands that performed today at Thundersnake Atsugi. Sylvie, Jekoro Nove, Moth and Lilac, Fill It Up, Whiskey Dust. Fill It Up, Whiskey Dust, and Jekoro Nove are three bands that very much keep classic hard rock alive. If you love just like fiery, just really strong singers. The words aren't quite coming to me at the moment, but you can't go wrong with any of those bands. Like Whiskey Dust, Aya, Chomo from Fill It Up, uh, Jekiru or Jekyll from Jekyll Renove as a singer. Like all three of them are just incredible, incredible. Like if you like Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm, you'll appreciate them for sure. And then you had Sylvie, a younger band, up and coming. They're more sort of goth rock, a little bit heavier, a little bit darker, a bit more somber in tone, but they did such a good job as well today. And then Moth and Lilac, who has been around, they definitely have super devoted fans. But with their new incarnation, with a new bassist and a new singer, they performed at the end of the night. Incredible job, and it was awesome. This was all put together by a guy named Peter from Poland. I'm sure he's busy at the venue now. I believe he is actually there. So yeah, it's very cool that a foreigner decided, hey, I want to do this, put these bands that I love together. And we did talk back and forth about different bands that, could perform. And we definitely thought about some of the same ones. Some of them weren't available, but this show landed on some incredible bands. Again, I've taken photos for four of these bands because they are phenomenal, and I definitely want to continue promoting them. So check it out. It is on Whiskey Dust YouTube channel, Whiskey and Dust, and yeah, see for yourself. I can say all these things, but at the end of the day, like the proof is in the pudding, and it's always sort of a your mileage may vary thing. You can decide whether these bands are for you or not, because sometimes, we like the same stuff and sometimes we don't. So you guys can find out. Um, so yeah, it was about let's see, started at 6:30, finished roughly around 9:30, so 3 hours, five bands. If you have the time, some of you are still in the weekend on Sunday, and if you've got some time, head on over, check it out. And I don't know if it'll stay up, but I gotta say, man, I mean, I gotta say, it's five amazing bands on a free live stream. You don't understand how like lucky you are to get that. So let's see. Moving on from that, gosh, since my Finder is not working at the moment, um, yeah, we'll just leave that one there. But I will show you. I thought it was a really cool shot. To be honest, I'm not like these like a massive, massive fan of either. However, I know that these bassists are pretty amazing, young, and fortunately, you can't see it as well. But you have Fami from Love Bites, who did end up replacing Miho, and then you have Mina from East of Eden, who did end up replacing Wakaizemon from East of Eden. And they had a talk together for Bass Magazine. So if you do love either of them, appreciate what they do, um, appreciate their contribution to the Japanese music scene. I have to be honest, I think I do need to look more into bigger bands. I've tended to look at smaller, more indie bands. I don't know why. That's kind of more of where my heart is, but I feel like I should be looking at bigger bands as well, because I don't want to deprive myself um, with any bias, one way or the other. But yeah, I did get to see Mina perform for the first time last week at an East of Eden show. Gerald was there as well. But yeah, I mean, she's great. Like what she does amazingly, and the band itself, is pretty crazy how talented like all those ladies are. And it is Ayasa. She is the violinist for East of Eden. It was her birthday today, yesterday. Let's see what day is it? Yeah, today. And I'm not gonna lie, there are very few. This I don't want this to sound weird or creepy, but there are very few, if any. I'm not quite sure, but I can't really recall a musician in Japan where I felt like saying "mommy," and just the way that she commands playing the violin, just like there's, it's incredible. Like how one can stand and perform and embrace and completely inhabit what they're doing so fully. And when she was standing right in front of me on stage and playing the violin, damn, did she play the hell out of the violin. I was just, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what kind of face I was making, but she's incredible. So I don't recall the East of Eden music videos or how she looks performing there. But I will say, if I get the chance to see East of Eden perform again, I wouldn't mind standing in front of her again and watching her play because it's crazy, like so good. So happy birthday to Ayasa, violinist for East of Eden. And I don't know, like again, there are a lot of other shows that happened today. Um, there was the one man for Aoyamarism. It was Exist Trace. They had a one man, and then Little Lilith performed with Unveil Rays at Antinoch later in the evening after the daytime show. Um, Quite a few others, like just happening all around. And then John Reeves went to go visit. I believe he said he's friends with them, but a band called No More Idol. No More Idol? No Longer Idol? One of those things. No Idol and something in the middle. So, but I may see him again. Oh, she blows my mind. She absolutely blows my mind. Goodness gracious, like great balls of fire. Like really, she's wild. Like so good. And it's funny because um all the other members in the band, and like even just in general, like they'll have anywhere, like people have anywhere from maybe like 1,000 followers to however many on Twitter. I checked Ayasa, she had 200,000, which is like 10 times what everyone else has pretty much. So she definitely has her following. She's made a mark in the music world. So yeah, yeah, they're cool. They're cool. Live, they're very, very cool. I don't like go out of my way to listen to them, like, which I should too. Again, like, it was going on, idiot. Like, I do feel like sometimes I've put myself, not in a pigeonhole. I wouldn't say that, but there's just so much already here that you kind of forget, you know? So I gotta have a little bit more room, be more open-minded. Yeah, that's what I think. I love it when people who I think no, not any musician. I mean, some musicians can be pretty serious, but again, it's like Nana. Like she is wacky as hell. Like if you hang out with her and talk with her and just see the videos put up by Matsu, like on Instagram or on Twitter, like it's she's a nutball. But yeah, Ayasa, like I think that's the cool thing is that there are people who are so just trained and proficient at what they do, but goodness, like they don't take themselves seriously, which is an awesome thing, I think. Um, so yeah, is there other stuff going down? I mean, I'm sure there is. Um, Dimrays is performing again, not only tomorrow, but also on Thursday at Antinoch. And then Gungire is performing on the. Oh, no, no, no. It was Gungire performing. Oh my gosh. No, they're performing Thursday. Yeah, Gungiri is performing Thursday, and then on Saturday as well. On Saturday as well, at Shibuya Garrett, which is really close to Cyclone. So I don't know, like if any of you watching are actually in Japan, but if you are in Japan, check out the bands that I mentioned. Yeah, go to those venues. I mean, if you haven't already, and if you have, that's awesome. Oh, by the way, hey, what's going on, Mike? So this past Friday, Amp Stage, which is headed by two foreigners, um, Hendrix and John Holdsworth, who is actually at Antinoch today. They both sponsored a show that had some bands that I'm not really familiar with, but then they also had mellows. So there was 80 Second Life Sentence, there was Straw Day, and there was Girls Fist GT. So they're known like in the smaller like girl circuit, like they play often like at Shibuya Eggman, other smaller venues. And I think Mellows was their biggest band of the night. I could be wrong. I'm not as familiar with the other bands. But apparently it went incredibly well for a venue pretty small. Only capacity is only 100, but apparently 95 people showed up to watch the show. So that's awesome. Um, and then Peter had this show today. So, and if things turn out well next year, I may have one or two things coming up with certain bands. So I am really excited. Yeah, I think because there's already a market in America, and you know, K-pop has already kind of come in and dominated the charts and the scene musically in a lot of ways. When it comes to rock, I think, yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like if only you did have, because the thing is that you have somebody like Marty Friedman who I'm sure already still has connections in the States, who, you know, is very familiar with what's happening here. Um, but I think there's enough happening in the States and there's enough happening in Japan for things to go as is. But the exciting thing is when crossovers do happen, when you do have like a baby metal coming in or a Hanabiye or even Atarashi Gakko. Um, but those are few and far between. And I don't think people are necessarily looking for like every great Japanese band or every great band. They're looking for like particular ones to really bring into the market. And I think in general, executives, yeah, they're a bit more particular. I think with what they're looking for and if it fits the mood. Um, and not every band does that. So yeah, it's just how it is. Like it's great that we as fans are more eclectic and more embracing of all the music that's out there. We appreciate the quality that there is here in Japan with all the bands that are here, performers. Um, but as far as whether they can break into the market and to make a profit, because that's ultimately what it comes down to. Like executives don't necessarily want to make a great new discovery. They want to make a great new discovery that will profit them, you know? And that's kind of what it comes down to be honest. So, kind of is what it is, unfortunately. But we were lucky, I think, for people who grew up, anywhere from the 60s, 70s, 80s, even to the 90s, and depending upon like your preference and your age to the 2000s. But we got to experience some amazing music, amazing stuff that was just everywhere, that was prevalent, that was ubiquitous, whether it was on MTV or the radio station. Like we were lucky to, gosh, I mean, there was so much different music, but for me, like K Rock in LA was like my station. Um, and then K Earth 101, the classics, it was weird when the classics ended up becoming songs that I thought shouldn't be classics yet. you know? There's that one day where you're like, hey, wait a second, why is this considered a classic? Am I getting old? And then you go, oh shit, I am. But yeah, still exciting times. I see absolutely no end to what is happening in Japan. And if anything, the interest has actually grown. There are more and more foreigners coming in to check out the bands here and the scene here. Whether I really don't know, to be honest, whether it be from MNN, or it be from like Dichotic with Alan, or with Ryan Muir, or with John Reeves, or whoever it is. I mean, but I am just glad that there are bands, that there are people who are promoting the scene here. They're continuing to. Oh, that's what's happening. I don't know if you can hear the music, but um, that Whiskey Dust channel, it just automatically just started playing, even though. Okay, let me turn that off real quick. Or you can just take out a little bit. Yeah, I'll just stop it right there. You guys check it out. It is on Whiskey Dust YouTube channel. Go support them. Go let them know that the world is out there watching them and waiting for them. So, okay, I think I'm actually going to stop it here. Just keep in mind that, especially for you, Omeshu Sama's Masters and Princesses, next week is going to be a pretty big week with Band-Maid stuff coming up. If you are not on Instagram or on Twitter X, but you are on Facebook, I do recommend that you guys do join Band-Maid Fans Cafe. We do stay pretty up to date with everything that's coming out, whether it be from me or some of the members who are really good about keeping just, tidying things and really just keeping things up to date. Yeah, Bandmade Fans Cafe. If you have not subscribed to this channel, although if you are watching this live stream, most likely you have. So thank you so much. Ah, yes, as Bill said, Miku's birthday is on the 21st. October 21st, a very auspicious day. We were blessed with the presence of the mighty Pigeon Queen. So, Kobato Miku, it will be her birthday on the 21st. Um, yes, Howard as well from Baka Broadcast. So, please reach out to her when her birthday arrives. I I will mention something. I do like to write just a little ditty, um, to just celebrate and remember these girls. Not quite as big of a project as I used to do. That was when I had more time and my focus was only on Band-Maid. But getting a lot of fans together and putting up these graphics and just presenting to the girls, those were good times. It was a great time. Um, it's not quite that way anymore, but in no way does it lessen the appreciation that we should have for what those maids have done for us and what they mean to us. So, okay, I'm gonna leave it here. I want to thank you guys so much. If somebody like you, Michael, were late, you can just go back and see what happened from the beginning. I did have an amazing weekend. My foot is a bit sore, and I probably should get some rest. But I do have to say, it was a very worthwhile weekend for me personally with Sally, with Dimrays, even with Gangire. I was going, Eric. Yes, you're late. I'm just about to leave. Why were you late? Did you go to the toilet? Were you hanging out with your mom? What is happening? Why were you late? um, but yeah, what was I saying? Thanks, Eric. You ruined what I was saying for my exit. No, but I'm glad you did stop by. It's always good to see you join us. But yeah, thank you guys for being next time. Or you can just rewind this, and I'm sure you will. But yeah, it was an amazing weekend spending time with Sally. Hanging out with her was phenomenal. Seeing the Dimrays girls, and I'm definitely going to try to do some stuff with them in the near future, as well as Gangire. And I have all these bands and all these people I want to reach out to and do stuff with. But it's tough. It takes time. So yeah. Oh yeah, dude, Otani Shohei is a beast. That guy is not human. He is a cyborg from the future. That was such a wild hit. Okay, anyways, I don't want to keep you guys, and I should kind of take care of stuff as well. So thank you once again for joining. I do hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, whatever time you have left, and I hope the week goes well. Please take care of yourselves. Please stay healthy, and please keep on supporting the musicians that you love, and just fill your life with some incredible music. Okay, so this has been Peter from I am not being able to talk. I will see you guys next time. Bye.